Well, you know, actually, you touched on a good point. Patch collecting is a great way to actually meet people. Ken and I became friends because of patch collecting. You know, we had a mutual friend in between that we had known, a guy named Dave Fox, who had, at the time when we first started getting into it, had the most insane patch. He had a lot of patches.
Is Dave here? Anybody? Dave? Anybody seen Dave?
Dave
Fox?
fell off the face of the earth a whole bunch of years ago. You know, he stopped collecting.
Michael, are you here from Sweden? Have you talked to Dave?
No.
Yeah, right.
So,
last I heard, he was going to sell his collection.
yeah, we kind of wondered what happened to it because he had a lot of great pieces that just fell off the face of the earth. And we're like, oh, have you heard from him? No. I think he actually did bottom and he hasn't told me. I think that's what happened. But so that's how I met Dave through patch collecting on eBay, when they used to actually have your names on eBay that you can contact somebody, long before it's just some asterisks. And we got to talk, and that's how I met Ken, and we've been friends because of patch collecting. So, you know, it's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to break the ice if you want to talk to other people in other clubs. Hey, look, I have a patch. You guys have a patch. How you doing? And it's a great way to make contacts, because now if I come up with if I get a second patch or something unique that I already have something of, he's the first guy, or like Gus or Steve are the first guys I go to see if they have it, and they do the same, and they reciprocate. So it's a great way to find other patches from other clubs and other, you know, if you're in the 501st, you make contacts. Great way to make other contacts to share your patches.
Hey, that's a new patch. Can I have 5? I got friends.
And so let's, this is the Celebration 3 combined patch.
That was fun. That was a good hunt. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So through the Ohio, Pennsylvania, and DC got together and to torment us and make a patch that combined all the three of their clubs together. So that was a fun one to find. And they also made one that was uncut, and they,
Like,
they
you can't have that.
Yeah, you can't have that one. So we tried.
I don't even.
These are still out there too. You can still find these every so often if you want to put it together. It's got a great, it's the Vader in Flames image. It's really great. Here's some of the other patches that we've gotten from different conventions. R2D2 Central, a couple from Rebel Scum.
Dustin, Phillip.
Yeah, Dustin Phillip, Forcecast, and R2 Builders Group. You know, see some of the early ones. We have some of the ones that you can find here coming up. So these are just from the past. All right. You're going to get the 501st.
Touchy subject.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
I will say this. If you collect Star Wars patches, then you know of the 501st. If you want 501st patches, join the club.
you have to join.
the Legion.
Get a helmet and join.
You know, put money into a good Imperial costume. And the patches are all there. Yeah, you can join the Rebel Legion too and have good access to a lot of the 501st patches as well. There's not much I can say about different garrison patches or anything. Okay, Darren, should I say anything? Okay. Join the 501st. Get a lot of patches. Here's one thing I will tell you is I guess I could go into this now. I counted up my patches before I came here to see what all I had, and I was breaking it down into license patches, ILM patches, crew patches, Boy Scout patches, just weird knockoff patches, and you total everything up outside of the 501st, and it is a very small number. The 501st makes so many freaking patches. It is unbelievable.
Oh, it's in 32 countries, right? I mean, and then there's 47, correction. And they all make new patches every time, you know, all the conventions, everybody's got new patches, and there's just so many, and they're so well done. You know, they put so much care and effort into making them look outstanding.
Sometimes.
Well, the ones that we have in our slideshow.
Yeah, okay. I'll go with that.
All right.
Okay, but I do want
listen, I appreciate them because whenever I see them, I think they look great.
I want to get into, go to the next slide because we've got more, a lot of different 501st patches.
We just try to.
I'm going to give you the total of patches I had before I left home, and it was 1,530 patches. Just Star Wars related patches.
And that's just 501st?
No, that's total, 1,530. Of that, About 800 are 501st or 501st related patches. Those guys are mad.
You guys are out of control.
That bottom center one, it doesn't exist.
Tony put this together. I've got that patch. You can't tell me it doesn't exist.
Yeah. He took a picture of it. How could it not exist if he has a picture of it?
Yeah, I know. It's on my site.
All right. Here's some from the New England area. And then we got New England, we got Florida. I did an East Coast kind of, I tried to do them by region.
Yeah, you did good work, Tony. Just keep going through it.
All right.
So the 501st will do, I will say this, 501st will do a Legion patch, okay? A Legion patch, everybody, it's their main logo, with the Stormtrooper, with this 501st underneath. They'll do big back patches, say 501st. Then it'll break down into garrison patches. The whole garrison will do a patch. These are some from overseas.
Yep, Japanese.
And then it'll break down and it'll do a patch for squads. And then past that, the members will do personal patches.
I love that ScottCon one. I had to put it in there.
And then it'll be just like that FemTrooper patch. It'll be just odd stuff. Little sets, little clicks. Sometimes they don't even officially exist or something.
All right, we're going to get into some of the...
Anyways, you can ask more questions about that if you want. Keep moving.
All right, so we're going to get into some of the Boy Scout ones. These are some of my favorites, and I've gotten away from a lot of the modern stuff to focus a lot on finding some of the old Boy Scout patches. These are all from the late 70s, 78, 79, and this is just a handful of them. There is more out there. This is long before the internet and long before,
we know that some of the 501st patches are impossible to get. They were low runs. They were done a while ago. But see, you guys don't collect these, and these are freaking impossible to get.
Because they were put out in small, one certain council. At the time, Star Wars was really big, and so when the Boy Scout was putting these together, they say, hey, we'll put Vader on or R2 or whatever on it because the kids love it, and and we don't have to check with licensing because they don't know who we are. So a lot of these things are completely unlicensed. They had no authorization to do it, but long before the internet, long before anybody could find anything and see it, they just started doing it. So these are out there. This is an odd focus of mine because the top center one, I actually found a belt buckle of the same thing. So,
I found a handkerchief with that.
You found the handkerchief on it too? Yeah. What's your address again? Here's some more R2 ones, a little bit odder. That one on the top left, but it was May the Force be yours. I'd say most of the ones are either Vader or R2, the vintage ones, because those seem to be either the easiest ones to make or more kid-friendly. The R2s are much more kid-friendly than Vader, who tried to destroy everybody in the movie, and that might have been a little scary for kids, so they kind of went with R2. But there's a Vader with a small R2, a couple X-wings. These are from the 80 and 81.
Oh, X-wings are always good.
Yeah, the X-wings always were.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of Millennium Falcon or any other ship besides the X-wing until the 90s.
Yeah.
I think I got some in there. More X-wings R2. The scroll, the opening scroll thing. These are from the 90s. So some still look good. Like the one on the bottom left is really detailed, and the one in the bottom middle is really not. So some of them look really great. Some don't, but they're out there. It's back on that focus thing. So if you're an R2 collector, there are some really great R2 Boy Scout patches out there that you can add to your focus with very little, very, very inexpensively, but it adds an interesting, if somebody's looking at your R2 focus, they go, hey, no, those are cool. They've seen all the figures, but that's an interesting addition.
The thing I like about these scout patches, most of the time they've got a date on it because it was some...
yeah, so you know what year it was produced because it's from some camporee. All Boy Scout patches have those, the camporee dates on them when they were. When I was in Boy Scouts, we didn't do any cool patches. That wasn't cool at all. Here's some of the newer ones from 2000. Oh, here's the one with the Millennium Falcon on. That's one, and there's another one that's like the shoulder patch and the additional patch that has a bigger Falcon on it. But like I said, we're running.
Now they are getting Now, when you move into these series, they are getting approval from Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I think Marin County has approval, has licensing approval to do them, and a lot of others stop doing them because the internet and licensing, they can get shut down pretty fast, so.
They're not buying a license or anything, they're just getting
Approval.
yeah, to use characters.
Yeah, like the one on the bottom left, they're really detailed and really nice.
Which is a whole nother subject on it.
So, yeah. So, here's a couple for service industry, like the two on the right are from Skywalker Ranch.
Well,
It's modeled after the...
No, the one on the top is the actual patch they wear on their uniform.
Yeah.
Which you cannot get.
Yeah.
Steve has one, Dave had one.
Well-
Oh, you've got one, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. What do you mean you can't get them? The top two on the left are more recently made fire department patches. And like I said, you can still find these out there. Every so often I still see some of those pop up.
And the bottom right one was actually in the Skywalker store. So it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
Then they started bootlegging that one even too
Yeah,
on the internet.
yeah, like I said, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of bootlegs, some really great stuff out there. And the bottom left one was a limited edition Coruscant Fire Brigade 2005 9/11 Remembrance patch.
Oh, that's a 501st match.
Yep.
You'll see
Actually, I
that.
have that one, so,
Oh, yeah.
sorry. All right. Here's some more just military patches I try to throw in a mix in.
Military patches, I love them.
That Star Warriors one has been reproduced so many times, and so many times what do you think about it?
Well, if you don't know about the Star Warriors, it's a
military unit.
It's a military unit, and they keep making their own
Right.
patches.
So
they
there's-
keep putting Vader on it, and they've never been shut down. I don't know.
No.
Lucasfilm doesn't want to go after the military for some reason.
We have a bigger army.
Yeah. Tony knows.
Yeah.
Now the one in the bottom left,
Bottom left, the Star Warriors. Yeah.
that is my favorite patch of all time, I swear. With
Vader's the samurai,
Vader's
yeah.
the samurai with the rising sun behind him. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great patch. All right.
I'm glad you put that in there.
All right. So all right.
Another touchy subject.
Touchy subject. Bootleg, unlicensed, and fan made. Yes, there is a difference. So bootlegs, direct copies of licensed patches. We have some examples. Unlicensed. Pretty much anything that isn't
Anything
produced
you
by
make.
Lucasfilm is unlicensed. So,
Anything you guys are making are unlicensed.
yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
And fan made, unlicensed patch made by a fan from their own artwork instead of taking something from somebody else.
Well, I'd say unlicensed is the big category because they all fall under that. But
So this is what I was talking about, the bootlegs, the originals on the left, and this is just 4 examples I could find while I was researching it of that same patch that has been reproduced.
yeah, the way we define the bootleg is it's a direct copy of somebody else's patch.
And they're not trying to say and there's nothing saying it's a copy. People usually try to pass it off as the original most of the time. So, and that's just 4 copies I could find offhand. So the original is out on, should be in Gus and Duncan's book and out on their website as well. So if you actually think you found one, check check the book or check Gus and Duncan's website, and you can look at the original there and compare it. And most of the time, you're going to probably see one of the ones on the right-hand side.
Is that the Star Wars archive
Yeah.
website?
So, yeah. Here's some unlicensed ones that are actually.
Now these are vintage unlicensed.
These are vintage unlicensed, right? The 2 on the left are probably 2 of my favorite patches in my entire collection. The Space Robot R2-D2 one, there's about 9 different versions because they started changing all the coloring on them. Like there's blue, green, blue, and then they started changing all the colors on the front. So I thought I had one, and then I saw another one. I'm like, wait, that's different. I'm like, oh. And then I got another one, then another one, then another one. They're all different. But the C-3PO one popped up once, and I've only ever seen one, and I got it. I've never seen another one in almost 10 years of that Space Robot patch.
I got like 3 of them in my
You
bag
get-
to trade.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I got 2 cartons.
So you've been getting them all then. I've never seen another one. What's funny is he's been hoarding them. That's why I can't find them.
The coolest thing is I actually